So right now in Texas is basically like a standoff. You have the great state of Texas, who had a bunch of illegal immigrants crossing the border, to get into the U.S. And so they sent out these federal agents to tear down the barricade, and basically Texas said, in my slang, you better not touch it.
Try Jesus, not me.
You better not touch it, and you ain't tearing down this barricade.
Cause I throw hands.
So right now it's literally a standoff of federal agents in the great state of Texas. Right now, civil war. Any thoughts about that, my brother?
Keep it pushing, see through the dark like Stevie Wonder.
All right, man. So let's get into this first topic. This is trending. Have you heard about what's going on at the border, my brother?
I have heard about what's going on, especially in Texas.
In Texas.
The Democratic mayor of Eagle Pass, Texas, says migrants are overrunning his city, where the Biden administration wants to cut through razor wire placed by state authorities. That's a
This morning, the state of Texas is banning Biden's border agents from Shelby Park, where I'm standing. And this showdown is happening in the city of Eagle Pass.
Yes, we need to stop it from happening the way it's happening. It's not humanly right. But at the same time, they're on their right to defend and stop it somehow because, I mean, come on, 8 million people crossing in the last 3 years. 3 years, it's just getting out of hand.
We want people here coming illegally. I'm all for legal migration. I don't support people coming in and crossing the river and staying here in the United States. I think those people should be sent back immediately because it's not fair for the people that do it the right way.
So right now in Texas, which we're not going to dig too much into it, but we want to say couple words about what's going on. So right now in Texas is basically like a standoff. You have the great state of Texas, who had a bunch of illegal immigrants crossing the border, to get into the U.S. And Texas basically got tired of it. So they put up barricades, barbed wires, everything you can think of to stop these people from coming through the border.
Stop right there.
And just last month in December, it was 300,000 illegal immigrants came through the border, one of them being a known terrorist.
Smart enough, you would know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're going to know who I am.
It is being speculated that that individual is Movsem Samadov. Movsem Samadov leads the Azerbaijan Islamic Party, and they have close ties to Hezbollah. So, yes, it is being speculated that at this moment, terrorists, people that hate the United States, are being allowed over the border. And
So, basically, Texas was like, the governor was like, we are putting up this barricade. We're going to stop people from crossing the border. And the Biden administration sent out federal agents to tear down this barricade. And that's where you have the problem.
That's the problem.
It's a problem.
So they sent out these federal agents to tear down the barricade. And basically, Texas said, in my slang, you better not touch it.
Try Jesus, not me.
You better not touch it, and you ain't tearing down this barricade.
Cause I throw hands.
So right now it's literally a standoff of federal agents in the great state of Texas. Yeah, right now, civil war. Any thoughts about that, my brother? I know you know a little bit about it. And we want y'all to comment on this topic, please. But go ahead, brother.
That is the stand your ground state, right?
Mm-hmm. Bang, bang.
That's the stand your ground state.
If I wasn't living in South Carolina, I would move to Texas. Okay.
I'm about to go right now.
But not right now. But I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna say this, and then I'll get to the Texas thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you know, I'm married into a family, who were originally illegal immigrants, and they came over here, to start a better life. And this and that. So I've got to see it from the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you got a lot of these people coming from these countries, a lot of them genuinely, they trying to escape a bad life. They want a better life.
Facts.
They want to come over here, like my family that I'm married into, they came over here, they got a job, they did the right thing, they stayed out of trouble, and got their papers legally or whatever. So I understand it from that perspective and empathize from that perspective. At the same time, it definitely needs to be a correct process of people that want to come over here and get legalized.
For sure.
Instead of just any and everybody coming over here, because that can be an issue, especially with terrorism. So how do you feel about it, brother?
I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I got some friends that, came over here that was, illegal at first, and then they eventually, got their green cards and stuff like that. But as far as the last couple of years, like I said, under this current administration, you cannot have open borders.
No.
Historically, any place that has open borders, eventually it just wasn't good. It's not good fruit. So yeah, I understand people coming over here and trying to get a better life and stuff like that. But at the same time, you do have to, you have some people who came over here who are going through the legal process of getting into the United States.
Right.
And I think that's just the best way to do it.
Right.
Because again, it's gonna be interesting. I think they said in the last year, think about this, in the last year, 6 million illegal immigrants have came across the border.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot more than some of these states. And yeah, it's not a good thing, man. And I'm honestly glad that Texas is taking a stand, because they don't talk about this stuff on the news. They talk about Trump and what's happening with Trump and, all of that stuff. And whether you like Trump, good or bad, me as a Christian, I think we need to get back to not putting our faith in politics, but putting our faith in God.
Amen.
So we need to be praying about the border crisis. We need to be praying about who's in the White House and not being influenced by the news. I know people right now, and I'll leave on this note. I know I'm kind of getting on a tangent, but I know people right now in the church, news is their religion. They don't even consult God no more. They consult the news. And let me tell you something. That's a problem.
It's a big problem.
It's a big problem. But yeah, we'll see what happens. And we might come back around to this next week if something else happens. But yeah, it's happening.
It's happening, yeah. We'll definitely be praying for the border, praying for our country, praying for other countries. Yeah, definitely, like I said, empathize with people that's really trying to come on here legitimate and change their life. But it's a situation that you definitely need to have under control.
Facts.
So
got to get it under control before it gets out of control.
Amen.
Keep it pushing, see through the dark like Stevie Wonder.